Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're seeing this video. This is your one and only message in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How you all doing? How was your weekend? All right, let's go straight into it. I'll be showing you how to design. And for the very first time, we're going to see how to design flyers on Pixellab. All right. As I told us, what we were doing on Canva was recreating. You can actually, design from scratch on Canva. But right now, we'll be designing from scratch on Pixellab, all right? And this very beautiful flyer here is what we want to design. So let's quickly get into it. First of all, the app we're using is Pixellab. I click on it. And this is Pixellab. So please watch me. I'll just scroll down to this white background and I will choose the white background, okay? So now that I've chosen the white background, as I told you guys, designing is simply using text, images, what have you, colors, and all of that to make a design, okay, to pass a message to particular people. So we want to design a flyer for Chi hair store. So the first thing you want to bring in is Chi hair store. So if you want to design, before you begin to even design, make sure you have a mental picture or a graphic picture or a sketch of what it is that you want to do. Okay, make sure you have a graphic picture, a mental picture, or a sketch. Now, when you have it, the next thing you want to do, I'm using arm wrestler for this. The next thing you want to do is, get your all your images, everything in line. I've told you how to get your images from Chrome. So once you already know what you want to do, get your images, remove their background and get them ready. So once you come to Pixellab, all you'll be doing is bring and put. So our color is orange. Just in case you can't find orange here, if you click on this plus sign, I will show you the plus sign, but I'm not clicking on it. I can find my orange. So if you click on this plus sign, you can get your colors that you can't find easily. So I'll quickly go to the orange and click on it. Remember when you learn about color, white gives other color wings to fly, like it gives them room to shine. So you're going to see that how this white is going to make the normal usual orange to stand out and look more beautiful. Okay, assuming you don't want to even begin to, I want to use 65. Can we go further than that? So as I told you, there is something called hierarchy and emphasis. This is me laying emphasis on what matters the most. All right. So what we're talking about is Chi store. So we're making it as bold as we can. Did you see where I went and get? Yes, I've shown you around. So as I told you, as we'll be designing, if you've not watched the video on how to go about all around Pixellab, please go and watch it now. I've shown you around now, so there's no need of always coming back to explain myself. That was why I showed you around. Okay, so The next thing we want to do is bring in, what do? We give value for your money, right? So we'll go back to text. Let's check and be sure. We'll always come back here to check. Okay, that's it. We give you value for your money. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is type it. We we give you value for your money. Okay. So once you type this, the next thing you want to do is reduce the size first. So this is where we reduce size. Just reduce the size. Reduce the size. That's the first thing you want to do. Okay. So you can use the nudge button to set it in alignment. So the next thing we want to do is I want to show you how we got this color that it is sitting on. So we'll go to use this particular we're going to use this particular background text. I already showed you when I was taking you around Pixellab. Okay. Yeah. If you've been following the class from scratch, you will notice that designing won't be difficult for you because it's almost like you've been prepared for everything. Gradually, now you can now lay emphasis. You can now, yes, so this is that background. The next thing you want to do, let's take it down a bit. Let's give it a bit move. Let's shift it a bit from yes, I think this is it. Then the next thing we want to do is want to use padding. So we increase our right padding to, let's say, 13, or let me do 15. And this is the left padding, and then the right padding to 15 as well. 15. Okay, so the next thing you want to do after the padding, I hope you saw the padding button. Yes, you already know it, and I showed you guys. So the next thing you want to do after the padding is to position them well and let it sit well. This is called alignment. All right, you must align it. Align whatever it is you're doing. You have to align and make sure it's sitting properly. All right, well defined and all. Okay, yeah, you can see it's sitting between the C, that's the chi, and the store. Okay, so I think this is beautiful so far. So the next we want to do is the color. Go to the color and make it white. Exactly. You can decide to choose a font too if you want, but me, I'm not choosing any font. Even here that I changed the font. If you don't want to change your font, you can just come here, go to this style and choose bold. Do you understand? Once you choose bold, it will appear bigger. If you don't want to choose font, but it looks better when you choose a font. It makes more sense when you choose a font, all right? Yes, so let's continue. So you always go back to be sure of what you're doing. Our services, that's the next thing. Our services. So we're going back to text, guys. We'll go back to text. We'll write. I'm going to leave it in capital letters, our services. Our services, guys. Okay. So once you've done that, once you've written our services, bring it down. This particular design, we're using center alignment to balance it. It's not going to be either left or right, it's going to be in the middle. You just see how it will all align. Okay, so our services, the background text we'll be using will be green. So we'll just go to color and choose green. If your background color is not that so dark, you can actually click here and shift this one. Do you get it? Yes. So okay, let's continue. So because this one is just as dark as I want, all I have to do is now align it. It's very simple. What we are doing now is bringing in and just putting. You see how easy it is to design. It's not rocket science, but if you don't understand what you're supposed to do, if you come there, you get confused. Do you get it? So the next thing we want to do is also do padding. Yes, we'll also do padding. Let's do our left padding first to 13. Should we make it the same 15? Okay, and do same for the right padding 15 as well, so that it will sit well and balance well. Okay, then let's position it well first. Position it well. And then if yours is well positioned, there's no need of touching the position button again. Then the next thing you want to do is you bring out the color of your text, because what we did initially was to give color to the background. Okay, I think this is beautiful. You can decide to use font, as I said. Choose a font. You can decide to let it slide. Okay, so you position it. Make sure, that's one thing you should be sure of, is your positioning and alignment. You want it to balance. You don't want everything weighing one side and looking awkward. Okay, so what are these services? I wrote down somewhere. You can actually copy it in your Pixellab, but I have let's go. So this is the services. I copy it and bring it back. You know, when you want to design and somebody says, send me all the details. If they send it, you have to set them in order. How they will appear. You understand? You're the one designing. It is your duty to know which one comes first and how you're going to put them. Okay. So you double click here and then type your services. Okay. So what you're going to do here is you're simply going to, reduce the size. Bring it here and reduce the size. Let me see, 30. I think 30 is okay. Okay, let me make it 25. But 25 is too small now. Increase it a bit. 25 is okay. All right. So the next thing you want to do is align it. Go to your alignment button. You use your alignment button. We're not using left, we're not using right, we're using center. As I told you that this design is more of a center alignment design. You get it? So if you use this one, you see, to go this side. If you use this one to go this side, but we're using center alignment today. Okay, so it depends on what you're designing. You see why I want you to really understand these things before coming to design. If you don't understand them and just do what I did, what if another day you have another kind of design? What are you going to do? Are you still going to run back to me? Do you understand it now? Yes. So meanwhile, you want to go and make money, you must understand designing, because that's the skill you will give in exchange for the money. if you don't learn it, how will you get the money? Nobody pays you for a job not well done. Do you understand? That's why it's very important for you to learn it. So you go to color now. Some people think that this Pixellab color is black. Oh no, it is not. You must choose your black. So you choose your, assuming you're printing it out, that's when you know that color is not black. So you choose your black. And then what else? What else? What else? Confirm again if you're in order. I think I should still reduce our font to this one is okay. Let me reduce our font again. Let me reduce the size. Let's see 22. No, it's too small now. Leave it at 25. It's okay. Okay, so now that we have named our services, the next thing we want to do is we'll come to this place. We'll come to this place. I already showed you this is where to click and get shape from. All right, so we'll come here, click. Click here where you see shapes. And this is what we have. We have our square. So what do we do with the square? We'll bring it down a bit, and then elongate it to sit pretty well right here. Okay, we elongate it and let it sit pretty well right here. Now that our shape is sitting pretty well, what do we do with this shape? We change the color. Enable color. Who put red there? Come on, Jare. What are you doing there? So you enable color and then you choose your orange, guys. Isn't it beautiful? But do you notice how these colors want to shout in the presence of white? Yes. They are doing their best. Like, white help them do their best. Do you understand? White help them bring out the best in them. I want to just enlarge this shape size a bit again. Oh. So you go to relative size and let's take it to 70 and see what happens, guys. I think 70 is okay. And then position it to be well aligned. You don't want your design looking upward and one-sided. Position it. You can actually use here. Let me show you, guys. You can actually use here. Yes, you can actually use it to check what you're doing, like how it to help you in aligning and making sure that you position wherever it is well that you're doing. Do you understand? So from now that we're using it, you can see that here is a bit bigger than here. So the right is a bit bigger than the left. So you now move to the right and now they are equal. Do you notice it? So who else noticed that since that time I've not gone to layers? I've not gone to do anything on layers. There are some designs you'll be making, you always go and lock. Anyone you put, you lock. Anyone you put, but this one is one of the most easiest designs. Okay, I don't think it will be dancing up and down, but just for safety's sake, now that I remember it, let me just do it so that you see how it's done. So you lock so that they don't get to be running up and down. Where is my shape? Am I done with it before I will lock you? Let me check if I'm done. Okay, so if I'm done, I can now go ahead and lock my shape. Okay, so as you can see, it won't be running up and down. Now that I've locked my shape, remember I told you can actually bring in objects from here. But you can also use import here. And In fact, that's what we are going to be using. I need you people to see how it's done and get it done. This one is the easiest. This one is also as easy as it gets. Okay, so we'll go to import. I already showed you import right now. We'll go to import to get. I told you before you even begin to design, you should make sure you already have your images. If you're using icon, all your icons, everything, you must have gotten them either from their sites or from Chrome, anywhere you're getting them from. If they need to remove their background, please remove. If they are going to be using their background, you can, if it's a picture, like the human picture, you can take it to Remini and, enhance the picture, especially if you're designing on Pixellab where you know that you can't have access to enhancement. Canva has its own enhancement. So you have to enhance the picture before you bring it in. So this is the first one. We'll allow it to come. So now that it is here, the first thing we want to do is reduce the size. I want to be using the size so that you see how it's done. We'll reduce the size. I want to take the size to as little as 20. Okay, let's see 23. Can 23 accommodate the three of them? Okay. So you let it sit pretty well. You can push it out a little. Okay, now we'll have it. So is that the first picture? Yes, it is. So the second thing you want to do is you continue and you import a second picture. You import the second picture. Where did they save? Okay, this is the second picture. Okay. So what was our size here again? I want to find out, please, so that we don't make a mistake. You don't want to have all kinds of different sizes. Okay, 22. So this same one will still go for same 22. This same one will still go for the same 22. 22. So you can actually use your position button to position it if you don't want to touch it. Move it, yes. And that's it. Let's move this a bit more so we can have space for the final lady coming in. Okay, it's quite easy. And then make sure you remove, once you are done, make sure you remove your pointer from the image or the text or anything you're using, the icon, wherever it is, so that you can still have access to this particular board. So we'll go back to import to bring in the final lady. We'll go back to import and we'll bring in this pretty hair here. So being people that are into so many things, you can actually kind of crop this thing before bringing it in. Okay, let me show you at once. There's no end of leaving you to your imagination. Now that we've clicked here, go here, go to photos, go here, bring it. Now that it is here, you can actually crop it. Yes, you can actually crop it. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Yes, you can actually do all of that before bringing it in. So, as always, you go to relative size and take it to 21. That's what every one of them is, right? 21. Now that it seems 21 didn't work for them, what will you do? You reduce. Oh, they were actually 22, not even 21. So you can reduce to 20. Yes, you can actually do that. You don't want your work looking like that of a newbie, and your client will be like, oh, this is not exactly what I want. And even though that thing you did is what they want, it's just that you didn't. So we're doing 20 now, guys. It's just that you didn't really position them well. Okay, let's do 21 and see. Let's do 21, guys. $21. Good. I cropped it and left it at rectangular form instead of square shape that they were all in. So that was what happened. 21 wasn't square, it was rectangular because I cropped rectangular shape. Do you understand? So look at them sitting pretty well, guys. Do you like what you see? So the next thing we want to do is the contact and the address. I already also have them there. I already also have them. So this is the contact. That's what they do. This is the contact and the address. Did you notice that each time I copy, I bring it back to the picture because that's where my go-to place is, that flyer. That's where I look at to know if I'm doing well or not. So I will unlock my image, my text, to be able to align it. This text here, okay, to be able to position it. So I will lock it first so that I can position it. We don't want it lying down like that, just so close. So I've locked it back, guys, just so close to, and it don't long too much. We'll open it again, position just one, that's okay. So we'll have it. So this is it, guys. I think it's fine now. Yes. So you can actually decide to reduce it. Before you do anything there, it must be unlocked. You can actually reduce the size if it's too big, but I think the size is okay. All right. Yes, but you can actually reduce the size. You can actually reduce the size. This is 22. Take it back to alignment. Just make sure you do a perfect job. That's the most important thing. And it should be readable. Anyone reading it should be able to see it and read and understand what you're saying. Okay. So with that done, guys, we'll go back to go back to text again, double click to erase. Then I put back the contact us, whatever, blah, 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 and the address. And then what else? We'll go to size again. Reduce the size. I want to do 20. But let's see how it looks like. Okay, let's end up doing 20. Even 24 is okay. Let me make it, no, 24 is okay. I can take it to 23, but this is pretty okay. So we'll take the color to black. As I told you, that some people think that Pixellab color is black, but it is not. If you go to print it out, you will realize you didn't choose a color. So we'll go to alignment, guys. We're almost done. No, it's as easy as this. This is as easy as it gets. You see, just to bring in. But the thing is, some people don't even know where to bring or where to get what to bring in or how to. So now that will have all these done, guys. If you notice, we already have hierarchy, we already have emphasis, we already have alignment and position. All these principles have been followed. But there's something we are missing, a repetition. So how do we get repetition? Because even though we have repetition in the colors, we still just have to bring it to give our flyer that little bit of wow touch. So what do? We'll go to shapes, we'll go to this, and then we'll bring our radius to 100%. Okay, now that our radius is in 100%, we'll change the color to orange. Change the color to orange. Mgbe ọ na-akpọrọ color red gbapụta. Sorry about that. Sometimes they call color red will come out. So we'll go to orange and then we'll push it all back inside. We just want that a little bit of wow. Now that we've done that, what do? We'll have to copy it. This is the copy button. I already showed you guys. Now we'll bring it also down here. To give it that a little bit of wow. With that done, guys, I think we're almost done. If this owner of this flyer had a logo, it would be placed somewhere before chi, whatever, or we could just use it as the background. We'll just fix the logo on the flyer, but there's no logo. All right. So this is the flyer, and we are not done, guys. We're not done. So we'll go back to import again, because that background looks too plain. It looks too plain. If you leave that background like that, anybody will see them. Whoever that sees it will know that this was done by a newbie. And you might not get paid. They might even reject it. So we're going to bring in something that will make our background look wow. So what do? We increase the size. What do? We just increase the size. Just increase the size. Just keep increasing the size and then bring this increased size. Use that cover our is that how it's going to be? Let us find out. So what you will do is you go to this to back. If you after copy, let me just show you. So if you see after copy, you see to front, then you will see to back. That's where we're going to click. So we'll click on to back. Now that we've clicked on to back, see where it is. It's not fine. I know. Just wait. So what you will now do is you go to opacity. Remember I showed you opacity on when I was showing you around Pixellab. So what do you do to opacity? I told you it's the transparent button. You go all out to reduce it. You see? So as I told you, this person had the logo. We could have even put the logo like that or anything, or place it somewhere. We always know how to come up with something that will keep the logo where it will be seen. Do you understand, guys? So do you like what you see? Yes, this is my own. My advice is this: go and do yours. First of all, use your business name. Then second of all, do one for portfolio 9. Do not use my image. Go and search. Whatever you do for a living, I've told you how to search for images. Go and search. Design a beautiful flyer like this. If you have your own concept, do it. If you don't have, you can use this concept as well. But come up with something beautiful that you can actually explain if you ask to explain. Now, just before we save, that's your assignment. But if you think you cannot do it, it's too hard for you to go and research, please tell me. I will gladly give you all these things and you will just go and do copy and paste. All right? Thank you. I love you. So you go to layers just before you save. You go to layers. What are you doing in layers? You're here to do what? To merge all your works together. You merge, guys. You merge. So that all your works will become one. So you merge. They will ask you, are you sure you want to merge selected objects? Yes. As you can see from layers, is now one design. Now, before you save, you must save this first as a project, especially if it's someone's job. You save it as a project. If it's not someone's job, you just want to use it for yourself, you can go ahead and save as image. All right. If you know that you'll be printing it out, when they ask you to give it, I will just quickly show you. So the person already has a job. I will quickly show you. We'll return back to WhatsApp so I can show you what I mean. If they ask you to send the flyer, you know it's going to be printed out. Don't use gallery, use document. Let me show you document. Use document to send it. When you use document to send it to the person, either to the person's email, the person will get it exactly as it is without it losing its quality. Did I make myself clear? It will appear as a copy and it will not lose its quality. That's all on flyer. I love you guys. You already know how to recreate. You can use Canva to recreate. This is how to design flyer. The next you'll be seeing is how to design logo. I love you. Go practice, go practice, go practice. As I said, research your images. When you're designing for Portfolio 9 as well, research your images. But if you think, oh, it's too hard for me to research, I cannot, please do comment. I can't research on the group. I will gladly send you these images so that you can do copy and paste. Just know that the place where you'll be getting the dollars is your skill you will show to get the dollar. They don't pay you just for being on that platform. They pay you for working. That's for doing this I'm teaching you now. In other words, you have to learn it. I love you. Bye.